Everyone, thank you. We have such an amazing space here. A tradition that's almost 50 years. I can't be that old. It's a special thing to be able to stand on this stage, to go from sitting in the back row to moving chairs, to sweeping up outside, to slowly but surely come forward and be more present, more established in my own life. That is what this place is about. And this is what we, Dale, Dr. Laura, and myself, and everyone here, we are creating the space to where you can go from the back seat of your own life to the driver's seat. And so, if you would, my first slide. The phrase is carpe diem. Diem. I'm not Latin, people, okay? Just calm down. Buckle up, buttercup. Taken from the Roman poet Horace, from Horace's Odes, written over 2,000 years ago, meaning pluck the day or seize the day. So my talk today is Seize Your Day. And it's pronounced just like I said. For those of us who've had seizure days. But it opens you up to the possibilities. Thinking that things are outside of your own control and stuck in that spot. Waking up in the morning, not knowing exactly how the day's going to unfold. But with that mantra, seize your day. It is yours to command. Because you are nothing less than spirit in action, in form, right here and right now. And let me tell you what, that is something pretty powerful. Sometimes, sitting in the back row, we can't see that power that's within us. We're not quite sure of ourselves. Don't know which direction to go. But that's okay. Because the trick is, every single direction that you turn, you're looking at nothing less than the totality of spirit. Everywhere. Whether you decide to go left, right, behind, or forward, spirit is always there right where you are. It is in the people that you meet along the street, but more importantly, it is the spirit that dwells within you. Next slide, please. This is from the Science of Mind. If you notice at the bottom, it says 406.2. That means page 406, paragraph 2. And it says this: pure spirit exists at the center of all form. That, in and of itself, should be just enough, and just leave it alone. Knowing that and comprehending that to the core of who you are pure spirit. Of itself, it is formless, meaning it's everything, everywhere. The ideas that we each have are already there in existence in the mind of God. It is just us tapping in or aligning with that frequency for it to basically download into our consciousness. But that idea has always been there since the beginning of time, and even beyond that. The forms come and go. It goes on forever. We are some part of it. If pure, spirit at is at its center of everything and is always responding to our thoughts. There is no limit to its manifestation of us except the limitations that we set. That's the crux. That's the point of this talk. The limitations that you see in your own life are not set upon you by some outside force wishing that you not become all that you are. They're set upon you by yourself. Sometimes they're put there because of a belief system that you've created about yourself from some outside source. Wherever that comes from, I don't know. But I'm sure you do, because you keep a tally and a checkboard of things that have happened in your life. And that's okay. But the way that you raise your frequency is to set that clipboard down. Why hold on to the past? Why hold on to that energy about what people have done to you in the past? Sure, it's brought to you to where you are to this day, to this seat, this moment right here, this church, sitting in that chair, regardless of where you come from Miami or Florida to Iowa, was it that I hear? Buffalo. It doesn't matter. Because you're only limited by your own thoughts. By changing those thoughts, by sitting in this seat here and learning the truth about yourself from this center and from this philosophy, you're opening up the door to your own life. No longer are you corralled inside the barn. The barn door is wide open. Now, let's go have some fun. Seize your day. Turn left, turn right. Don't have a plan sometimes. Just allow the day to unfold. See who comes across your path. Because every person that crosses your path is just like you. They are the totality of spirit within themselves. I'm going to move my mic so I don't spit anymore into it. And the reason why I say that is because when we go outside of our own normal routine of the day, when we step outside of the barn and go out into the free pasture, you allow things to happen in your life that you could not have manifested through your own limited consciousness. By allowing yourself the freedom to get out and roam and explore and see this beautiful world, to experience this expression of spirit, you're allowing the others who are the facets of spirit to come into your life and give you nuggets of gold. Nuggets of gold. There we go. Wisdom. Knowledge is power. Next slide, please. Here's another one from Science of Mind. We should learn to control our thought processes and bring them into line with reality. Thought should tend more and more towards an affirmative attitude of mind that is positive, stable, and above all else, towards a real unity with spirit that is already complete and perfect. So we are living our life, going through our day-to-day routines. That is a great paragraph right there. When we can step outside of our own lives and really take in what this is saying, real unity with spirit. Not just thinking about God's spirit, the universe, or quantum physics, whatever the buzzword is this decade. But that energy that we all have inside of us. And you know what I'm talking about, that stillness. but yet that volcano of a power that is within inside of yourself, so quiet, so distinct and so small, but yet so powerful. When you can connect with that energy, that power source, that true self, that first cause of your own being, things unfold that you could not otherwise have imagined. We now have a band here. And I'm going to use, yes. Jeff Bowman, our drummer. Talk about things happening without planning. Jeff has been a congregant here for decades. And he's gone away for a little bit. And he's an electrician by trade, and a very good one. He definitely keeps the lights on in this place. But he's also a drummer. And so when we were going through our transition here, we wanted to bring back the music because we all love the music that we have. And so I just called up Jeff one day and said, "Hey, Jeff, guess what? There's an opportunity here." He seized his moment without hesitation. "Yes, I'm on it. Have no clue what music you're playing, but yes." And let me tell you what, he has such a touch on the drums. He is so smooth, so soft. He blends in excellent with the band that he totally completes that and just makes it the whole thing. I love the fact that he's here. But the idea of seizing the moment, a prime example of that. And I'm sure each and every one of us can remember or grab onto some sort of, I seized the moment. From whence it came, I have no idea. But that's what we're here doing today, is expanding ourselves, expanding our consciousness. And yes, we're doing classes, and we will be doing more and more classes to help each and every one of you on your own spiritual path. But that's what we're here to do as teachers and facilitators, to help you move from the back of the rows to the front of the rows of your own life. Next slide. Now, when you get into this philosophy, there's a man called Froward. And man, does he like to write sentences. He's a tongue twister, but I like his quirky attitude that he has about life. He is out there, out on the skinny branches of the tree of life. He is not holding on to the trunk. He's out there on the twigs and berries. I'm telling you what. But this is what he has to say. "Then the final result will be that we shall see the divine mind to be nothing less than life, love, and beauty. Beauty being identical with wisdom, or the perfect adjustment of parts to the whole. And we shall see ourselves to be distributing centers of these primary energies, so that in our turn, subordinate centers of creative power." That's an awful lot of big words. Let's try to break it down. The thing I like about this sentence here is beauty being identical to wisdom. I never really thought of words like that being interchangeable, but I can see that in this context. Wisdom. Knowing where you came from, but not letting that set the boundaries of your life, is beauty. Because you've gone beyond the corral of your own life, learning from the experiences that you each have. That's one of the things I love about being a reverend up here and to talking with people. And it drives my wife crazy sometimes, but I'm always talking to people, and she sometimes says, "Well, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that." But the way I see it is since I'm spirit, and since each of you are spirit, and like it says here, I don't have the totality of that all-present power. I am a facet of it. I am part of it. But I don't know it all. Why should I be quiet and be restrained within myself, thinking I have to figure it out by myself, when I have each and every one of you who might have that different insight of life? Just a word. How many times has a friend just said a single word to you and it has changed a 90-degree turn in your life? It has totally changed what you were thinking that you were going to do because of that one word. That right there, my friends, is proof that spirit, this philosophy, regardless of what religion you have, spirit is real. We are the manifestations of spirit in action right here and right now. Each and every one of you. I'm telling you this right now. So wherever you are, today is the day that you begin your journey. What happened yesterday matters not. If you want to keep living the past, keep telling the past. But what are you going to do today? How are you going to seize your moment today? Sure, knowledge, wisdom is power, is beauty. Have the knowledge of your life experience up to this moment. But don't let it constrict you. Don't let it bind you into thinking that you're something less because you were told something decades ago. I'm here to tell you up on this stage, no, better yet, I'm here to tell you down on this floor right now that you are nothing less than the totality of spirit in action. You have the capability within your own mind to set your own course regardless of what's been told to you. It doesn't happen like that. It took me 15 years to go from there to here. But just like I tell my kids every time they have a birthday, you can't be that old. It didn't take that long to go from there to here. 15 years is a blink when you're having fun. And by golly, that's what life is about, to have fun. Enjoy it. What I find to be amusing and fun for myself, believe me, my wife would think that that's like torture. But the same thing about her. I mean, to fit in those beautiful shoes that she puts on, that's torture. Give me a flip-flop or bare feet any day of the week and I'm good. But the beauty of life is to just live it, to interact with it. Like silly putty or Play-Doh, if you remember that. Or if you're, I'm sure the few of us kind of know about that stuff. To make the form of what you want to be. And then as soon as you make it, it's like you're on to the next thing. You squish it up and you make something different. I mean, that's what life is about. It's about creating experiences. It just came to me. If you notice that symbol that we have in our foyer, that circle with what people like to call that V, that is the symbol of this philosophy. It is a symbol of your life. It shows you how spirit, the ethereal nothingness, the totality of everything, goes from a formless state of being into form, which is that the downward-facing side, into the experiential of this reality, and then spirit gets to experience itself through us. So how can you be nothing less than spirit in action when that symbol right there shows you exactly who and what you are? And if you believe that you are less than that, then buddy, you need to be in here. Because I'm here to tell you that you are the totality of spirit at any given second, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of the turmoils that you have, those strifes. You have the power within you because you are spirit in action. You can overcome it. The asterisk of that sentence right there in little tiny writing down there with the magnifying glass. The choice is yours. You are not a victim here. We do not teach victimhood in this building. We teach causation. Your mind with spirit creates form, which then becomes your experience of life, which then creates the next experience, and so on and so on and so on. So if you don't like your experience today, then Buttercup, change your thoughts. It's that simple. And we are here, and everyone in this room is here to help you. We are here to help each other. Again, with that single word that comes in just normal conversations. Be open. Open up your heart. Open up your life. Just breathe. Gilmore, the next slide. Van Morrison. He's a great songwriter, and I'd just like to end you with this. And a healing has begun. When you recognize the divinity that is within you, and you learn to control your own thoughts and change your mind, if you don't like what's happening in your life, change your thoughts. It's that simple. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the laugh. It's that simple. Yeah, right. It's taken 20 years to go from the back of the room to the front of the room. How many years have you been dealing with your own life? And believe me, once I'm up here on stage, this is not the end point. This is just the beginning to the next experience. I have no clue what I'm going to be doing in the next 20 years. It may be this, it may be something else. But I tell you what, I'm going to enjoy the ride because I know that I am the totality of spirit within myself. And that is my job to this day, is to show you, to teach you, to tell you. If you've never been told it, or maybe you have been told, but it hasn't resonated. How many times have you been told something? Have your parents ever told you something, and then you go to your next door neighbor, and they tell you something, and you're like, oh, Mom, I had an epiphany. Oh, Dad, I had an epiphany. I've been telling you that for years. How many times have we told our kids that? They got to go to the neighbor's house to get some sort of epiphany, and I've been telling them the same thing for years. They just don't listen. Get the wax out of your ears, people. Enjoy this life. Have fun with it. Conversate with people around you. Go out on that skinny branch. Live your life. Don't shrink into life. Nothing contracts into life. It only expands from a seed to a pepper tree. Every single day, that is what's happening. You're going from a seed to a pepper tree every single day. Live, grow, and love. First, do this for yourself. Because when you can do that with your own self, then you have all the power within you. You don't have to seek outside of yourself for something. Now you get to take that energy, that spirit, that essence of who you are, and share it with the next person down the line. And that's how we create community. That's how we create a utopia. But it starts with you as an individual, knowing that your mind sets the course for your actions. So pay attention to your thoughts. And if you'd like to learn how to think, Not in that context. I like to chuckle. But if you'd like to learn how that you can be the commander of your own life, there are practitioners and reverends here that are here and are willing to help you along your own journey. We are all on the same boat. We are all part of that same diamond of spirit. We are each our own facets, reflecting our own experiences, but we are still part of the same one beautiful, omnipotent, omnipresent source, which is spirit. Enjoy this day. Have fun. Thank you for your time. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend William. Being a minister isn't all about being on a stage. Sometimes you got to move stuff.